Welcome to the Reparenting Daily podcast. In this podcast, we'll dive deep into reparenting, exploring tools and resources to help us through our journey. The podcast is divided into 3 sections. First is a reading. Second is a discussion of the reading, followed by a journal prompt. And the last section is a peaceful meditation for closing. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are today in the world. Today's reading is from the ACA Strengthening My Recovery Daily Meditation from May 31st. The topic is people pleasing. We believe that we will be safe and never abandoned if we are nice and if we never show anger. Big Red Book, page 11. We went overboard to give to and care for others. No one asked us, yet we expected that in return they would nurture, praise, and acknowledge us. But why should other people be expected to go out of their way to fulfill our needs? When did they sign the contract we carried in our minds? We learn in recovery that praise, the confidence, and the caring we need must come from within ourselves. Being too nice eventually leads us to feel angry, resentful, and anxious. As we begin to express our true feelings, we focus on ourselves and direct our energy towards identifying and correcting our character defects. Instead of getting stuck in our niceness, we follow the ACA steps in our daily lives. As a result, heartfelt peace and contentment heal us in our relationships, one day at a time. Relying on our higher power enables us to become stronger spiritually. As we no longer depend on others for our happiness, our self-confidence increases. On this day, I will stay mindful of how easy it can be to fall back into my people-pleasing mode. To help me move forward and avoid burnout, I will rely instead on my higher power and my sponsor to guide me. Thank you for being here. That's the reading for today. Yes, people pleasing. A very different or difficult pattern to fall out of. Sometimes it's become so habitual, being raised in a narcissistic and codependent family complex, that it's difficult to even notice when your thinking has shifted into people pleasing or codependency. And so it's something for us to really be mindful of. This is refathering. We are protecting ourselves, our time, our resources, our emotions, our energy from overgiving and extending to others with some hope of acceptance or some return. And that is not a sustainable way to live, considering that most of us are attracted or drawn into these narcissistic relationships where there's definitely someone who is more than willing to take and the other is simply sucked dry. And so the importance of being nice is, it's truly irrelevant. This is a false morality that is shared in society. Some people follow, and it just simply makes them easier victims. Now, we shouldn't be mean and rude to everyone, but functioning in the world requires a level of grit. There are people who see niceness and kindness as a weakness and who will exploit that. And so the answer is not kindness or niceness. The answer is to be real, to be authentic with your needs. not to create covert contracts where you're giving to get without speaking, but direct communication, direct negotiation of needs and expectations in relationships. Today, let's reflect on people pleasing. Is this a pattern that you've noticed in your life? Are you the people pleaser, or are you the one that is attracted to people pleasers or drawing them into your orbit? Reflect on how this has limited your life and how your life will change for the better once you're able to break away from the self-imposed requirements to be extra attentive and extra caring and extra loving to the people in your life. How is your boundaries erected around this? Around your time, your money, your emotions? How are you protecting yourself from people pleasing? Thank you for being here today, and be well. And now, let us move on to the final section, the meditation. This is an unguided meditation. I will simply provide some music and you can take some time to relax. Please feel free to choose a location and a place where you feel safe and where you can be undisturbed for the next 10 minutes. You can choose to be sitting down, standing, as you like, wherever you are most comfortable. Thank you for being here and enjoy the meditation.